Bam, bam, bam. Hey, everybody, it is Wednesday night, time for a special episode of Thrifty Business. I'm your one host sitting here in nice, warm, kind of gray Vegas. I'm Vegas Jay. How are you? And tonight I have a special co-host, and I want to make a big announcement. My good friend Debbie Weeder is my co-host tonight, and Debbie is now my producer of the show. So hello, Debbie. What is going on? All right. Before we get into everything, let's jump right to the first segment, shall we? Time for Jay's Tiki Talk. Each week, I drink a drink. Pasa, la la, backing it up.
How many
Tiki Talk. Each week, I drink a different rum out of a different tiki mug, and I try and pair it up with my guest. Speaking of my guest, back for the third time, our first three-peat. It is Lynn Dralle. How are you, Lynn?
I'm awesome.
Awesome. All right.
Thank
So
you.
I try to match up exactly. Lynn now lives in Ventura, which we'll talk about in a second. So there is a tiki bar in there that I've been to, and I was with my co-host last week, Kim, and she insists I bought a mug. I cannot find it anywhere. So Lynn just left the Palm Springs area, so I'm drinking out of the Tonga Hut rum barrel from Palm Springs. So I'm throwing a little hello to her former city. And I asked her today, what's her favorite rum? And she gave the unfortunate answer of Bacardi.
Oh, no.
Whoa.
So I'm going to have to fix that. But there is one good Bacardi you can buy in the stores. It's called Bacardi 8. So that is what I am drinking tonight.
Yay.
So cheers to you, Lynn.
Cheers to you.
And Debbie, what do you have there, Debbie?
Oh my, wouldn't you know? I have the, what is it, Tiki
Hey, you don't even know.
from Ventura.
Yes, Tiki from Ventura.
And the reason I have that is because I have special guests in the audience with us tonight. This is Eric and Stephanie, and then my husband Bill. And then Eric and Stephanie, we met them on the cruise, and they live in Washington State. They're on their way to Ventura.
Funny enough.
And they brought us this amazing tiki. And you can't have it, Jason. It's ours.
No. And Lynn, what are you drinking this evening?
I'm drinking something in a redneck cup.
What happened to your tiki mug? You said you were just going to put.
I couldn't find it.
All right. So normally at this stage in the game, we say goodbye to our guests, put them in timeout, and we jump on and do our segments. But because our story tonight is about Lynn's new endeavor, she opened a brick and mortar store in 2018 because she's insane. And since it's still light out, she's actually going to take us on a quick little tour of the store. Then we'll do our segments, and then we'll hop back and talk to Lynn. So Lynn, why don't you give us a quick little tour of this gorgeous looking store here? Okay, so Lynn has unplugged her mic, so you won't be able to hear her, but I'll do a little commentating. Yes. And if we see anything we like, we will we'll say, hey, we'll purchase that. So Lynn is right on the main drag in Ventura. And if you've never been to Ventura, there's a ton of good thrifting, antiquing, vintage shopping. I love Ventura. So Lynn has decided to open up a consignment store where...
Can you get a horse?
Yeah, would you like a horse? Oh, horse is a horse, of course, unless, of course, it's Mr.
Got a number on it.
Yeah, he's a Derby horse.
Oh, now I hear Lynn. Hey, Lynn.
Yeah, he's $10,000.
Oh, well, I'll take two, Lynn.
You got it.
Look at all this stuff. All right,
Wow.
slow down a little bit. You're going a little too fast so we can see it.
Okay.
I can't believe how full it is already.
Yeah, and we'll get all the details, but Lynn's only been open a couple short weeks, and the store is obviously
I can't believe
full.
how much it sold. We've sold so much, you guys.
Oh, I'm so excited to hear.
I'm going to take you in the back and show you the eBay stuff too, okay?
Oh, sure. Heck yeah.
Heck yeah.
I love this on the go. We don't do this enough. Oh, look at the racks.
That's the lid. I know. All those racks.
Well done.
Oh, I can't wait.
Thank you. Awesome.
Stephanie can't wait to come shop in your store, and she wants to come in your back room and shop too.
Oh, for sure. I can't wait for them to come as well.
Hey, Lynn, for the rest of the show, can you just ride that bike around the store?
Sure. I'll be doing that while you're doing your segments. There's the back where we take
All right, slow down a little bit. Slow down a little bit.
So beautiful.
There we go. Now we can see. Much better.
And it's nice that it has bright windows in there too.
Yep.
Oh, you guys, this space is amazing.
All right, so you do know though, anything Polynesian, Tiki, Hawaiian that comes in before you even put it out, you gotta send me a picture, right?
Okay, I'm going to show you something right now.
Uh-oh.
Can you see those on my counter?
Oh, I see 4 Menehune sitting there.
Yeah.
I might
They
need
came
those.
in today.
I might need those.
Okay.
I gotta look and see if I have
You
those
might.
guys.
Okay. Was that good enough?
That was beautiful. So thank you for the tour. Very nice. All right, cool. So sit down, enjoy your redneck mug, and then
Yeah, cool.
we'll be back with you in a little bit.
See you soon.
All righty, cool. And I'd like to point out my shirt, which was made for me by one of the members of my class in Kansas City. It is my new Big Spice Girls sleeveless shirt. So it is awesome.
That is awesome.
I'm gonna wear the hell out of this shirt this summer. I need more than one.
Supersonics because our friends are here. Seahawks. Seahawks.
Supersonics.
That's
all right. Let's get right into it. Let's jump into our segments now, shall we?
I don't know my story.
Time for our scores of the week, where each week Debbie and I will tell you the cool things we sold. These are bolos. Be on the lookouts. Things that you should be hunting for in your thrift stores, garage sales, and antique stores. And Debbie, you are up first.
Okay, this is a 5-lot book set of Uncle Arthur's bedtime stories. There's the bedtime, and then he also has Bible stories. So this sold for $50. I listed it for $80, and I took a best offer of $50. And these were from my profit pile from X amount of years ago. And so I probably paid $2 each for those in a thrift store. So always look for Uncle Arthur. And then this, my husband said, don't buy this. This thing's messy. It had burnt holes in it. It has the wax from the snowboards. It's a snowboard jacket, a Burton, a dry ride, and it retails new for about $120. So I sold that for $59, and I paid $4.99 for it.
Very nice. Very nice. And then, boom, back to the books.
Oh, yeah. Franklin Library, a set of 11 of them. I bought these at a thrift store, and I paid $23 for all 11 of them. They're in really good shape, and took a best offer of $100. I was asking $145, so we figured out $100 was fair, and the buyer paid the shipping. So that's good, too.
You know, it actually looks like one of them fake things you see in like a department store where they got the furniture section. And you go to grab it, it's just like one little light thing.
Yeah, they're gorgeous. The Franklins are gorgeous. And this, The Writings of Mark Twain, the National Edition. I've had these for many, many years. I actually bought them years ago when I was homeschooling my kids. I got them at a thrift store. Probably paid about $2 each because I thought we'll read them someday. Nope, we never did. So I decided it's time to sell them. And they sold this morning for my full asking price of $99.99, and the buyer paid shipping on those too.
Very nice. And someone in the chat, Rag1602, said, so damaged items sell too. Oh, heck yeah. So, I mean, not every damaged item, obviously, but if you have a damaged item that is normally worth some good money, as long as you describe it properly, you might not get full price, obviously, but you can still get a good amount. Yeah, I sell damaged stuff all the time. All right, so Debbie's selling books, and I'm selling purses. So I sold this Minnie Mouse purse. It was only listed for about a month, and I paid $4 for it and sold it for $33.74.
I love it.
Others have sold this purse, and they weren't getting as much, but I did see one in the $30 range, so that's the one I emulated, and that's what I got.
Good job. That's nice.
And then most people wouldn't know this if you're over the age of 25, probably, but that is, even though I just pay attention to pop culture a lot, that is Young Jeezy's Snowman. Young Jeezy is a rapper, and I knew it was somebody. I didn't know it was Young Jeezy right at the beginning, but as soon as I asked around, somebody's like, oh yeah, that's Young Jeezy Snowman, and he's a snowman because he deals cocaine. So,
oh my gosh,
I'm teaching all kinds of stuff. But yeah, I picked it up for $3. I think I was in LA actually at a Goodwill with Kim, who's in the chat. Hello, Kim. And sold it for $28. And I always got to have a good CD of the week. Steve Miller Band, you know, Abracadabra, Come On, Take the Money and Run, Fog and Eagle. This one's out of print. It's called Your Saving Grace. I never even heard this album, but I picked it up for $4.99, and I sold it for $32. Plus, they needed it very quick, so they wanted it shipped overnight. And then these are Tiki Mugs. They're Mr. Valley High out of San Diego. There's a vintage one on the left and a more modern one on the right. The vintage one on the left, for the longest time, I thought was this rare version with like these black accents. And then 6 months ago, I was doing a Tiki webinar for the Secret Beach. I looked really close. Nope. Some schmuck took a black Sharpie and just colored it in.
No.
So it kind of devalued it. So I decided to pair it with a modern one because I have a few modern ones laying around. And I got $50 plus shipping for the pair. And it went to California. So I actually made a couple bucks on the shipping.
Nice job. I loved how you paired them together to move them.
All right. You've seen our scores now. Now it's time for our duds of the week, brought to you by WorthPoint. If Debbie and I had used WorthPoint, we probably wouldn't have these duds. Don't let our mistakes be yours.
For sure. Okay, this is a scrub. I know scrubs don't bring a whole lot of money, but they're nice, bread and butter, and I learned about them, from Peggy. So this one, I took a best offer of $14 on it. I paid $3 for it, and my shipping cost, I paid $4.38. So it leaves me with $6.62 profit. And then I still have my eBay fees. So that was a dud, but I'm sure someone was happy.
Let me show the whole shot. There it is. Ta-da.
That was long sleeve with snaps, so it was nice, but $14.99, but I was glad to see it go. And this one, I've had for like 2 years too from my profit piles. And I saw it, let's see, we took a best offer of $14 on this. And with my shipping cost of $6.90, $1 for it. So it leaves me like $6 plus eBay fees out of that. But what I love about this is this is the feedback from the guy that bought this. Awesome item from my time stationed at PCF, California. That's Presidio of California. It's an Army base in San Francisco. And now it's the home of the Walt Disney Family Museum.
Oh, I was there.
Oh, were you? We have tickets to go. We need to go, honey.
Yeah, Teresa Cox and I went to it. Very nice.
Well, on the back of that, it says something about safety, just do it. I'm like, wait a minute. Did Nike steal that from the Presidio? Just do it. So, yeah, that was a dud, but it was a happy dud.
So my dud's not a huge dud. I did sell for $22.49. I probably should have priced it higher. These old vintage windbreakers usually do quite well. This one was from Department of Water or whatever out of LA, DWP. And it went back to LA. So I'm guessing someone might have worked for it or their relative worked for it. I think I just priced it too low, but I only paid $2 for it. So, I did make a profit.
Nice.
And then this Thomas Paul is like a designer, but I was hoping he was more exciting than he really is. And I bought a bunch of stuff cheaply, though. I only paid $1 for this.
Good.
But I just wasn't getting as much as I thought because they were cool, unique things. But my duds this week aren't all that bad. So I'm not all that upset. They just didn't sell for as much as I would like. All right, now it's time for where in the world did our stuff go? Because if you are not shipping internationally, then you are leaving so much money on the table. Why would you want a potential customer database of 300 million when you can have a potential customer database of 7.4 billion? Debbie and I have that potential customer database. So let's see where our stuff went this week.
Okay, I went to Adelaide, Australia. And that is on a Hawaiian shirts USS aircraft carrier Lexington Hornet. And I sold it for $49.99 and paid $2 at an estate sale. So
now, what's crazy is my co-host last week, Kim, her international one was warplanes, that a Hawaiian shirt of warplanes, and yours is a Hawaiian shirt of aircraft carriers. Yep. That is so, and this was not planned, ladies and gentlemen. That is so crazy right now. It's blowing my brain.
Oh, that's too funny.
Now, mine was also a Hawaiian shirt, and I don't know how to pronounce this really, but I'm going to guess Tampere, Finland. And someone in Tampere, Finland needed worse rum than Lynn likes. This is a Hawaiian shirt of Malibu rum.
Oh, I like Malibu rum.
But they paid $45 and shipping. So you never know where your stuff's going to go and how much you're going to get for it. So it was a cool shirt. If you do like Malibu, but it went to Finland. So someone really needed it in Finland.
I've never had any issues with international buyers. So
no, I mean, No, I haven't either. And that's why we ship internationally.
Yeah, eBay's made it so easy for us.
All right, now it's time for our Thrifty Tips of the Week, brought to you by Stamps.com, postage on demand. Print your own postage and shipping labels in seconds. Every week I use Stamps.com. It is just a savior for sending stuff to my friends and family all over the country and over the world. So these little tips are meant to help you out in the thrift store when you are thrifting.
Yes. Okay, this is my I'm so bad about this. These are receipts from the thrift stores. And I buy things and I always keep the receipts. And sometimes I try to tuck them in the item. But then if I don't log them when I get home, I keep a spreadsheet. Then I don't know what the heck. Then I don't know what the heck I bought. Here's one receipt.
What's happening over there?
Well, you're telling me I'm supposed to be doing my shipping, but you're showing me my thrifty tip photo. So sorry.
Tell Bill to have a drink.
That's what happens when you have a live audience. So
Bill, do some shots, Bill.
See this receipt here? I have one thing checked off, and Bill and I are going, what are the other things we bought? We have no clue. And plus, we bought it up in Lake Tahoe, so we were on a little mini vacation. So the best thing to do is make little notes. I should have written on the back, okay, this is just little notes. And when you go to garage sales too, have a little notebook with you so you can write down what you bought, just quick little jots and what you paid for it. Because after a whole day of garage selling, you don't remember. So that's my thing, is write little notes on or be smart. And as soon as you get home, log everything in on your spreadsheet. Because when your accountant wants to know what you paid for everything, it's really nice to be able to tell them.
All right, mine I should have taken a picture of because I'm going to have to describe it, and I apologize. But if you watched my thrift haul yesterday, it has to do with these two records. So I spent $8 each, $16, and they're going to sell in the neighborhood of about $50 each. So a nice little return. This is the Sword. This is Crass, both metal albums. But my tip is, most thrift stores have a glass display case at the front. Savers do for sure, and that's where the good stuff goes. Now sometimes it is good stuff, and sometimes you go,
what?
What
are they thinking?
But my tip is these were in the display case this way. And so if you weren't really paying attention, because usually those display cases are packed, I just happened to, out of the corner of my eye, catch they were leaning up against the wall of the display case. And they had other stuff packed against it. So you only saw like this.
Wow.
And I happened to notice those were records. And I'm like, hey, can I see those real quick? And both of these have like extras in them, books and posters and all kinds of cool stuff. And that's why they had them up front and not in the regular record section. But make sure that when you're looking in those glass display cases, you really pay attention to everything, because a lot of times they just push stuff in there. So there's things underneath, there's things on the side, there's things covering other things. And you never know when it's, maybe you see something, you're like, that's probably priced too much. Maybe the tag on that is the half off tag that week. So always look through, and don't be one of those people who are like, oh, I don't want to bother the employee. That's what they're there for. They're there to open the case, and they're there to show you everything that you need. And I will just sit there and look up stuff. So I don't care that they're waiting for me. That's their job. I am paying their salary because I spend lots and lots of money. So don't be shy. Spend your time at the case and find the good things that they mispriced.
Makes me wonder if maybe an employee kind of hid them in there that way, so nobody would see them. But you were smart enough to find them.
Nah, I don't think so. I think it was just like, let's just jam crap in there. And I happened to, and it was on the bottom shelf. And usually I'm tall. I don't usually like bend way over anymore because I'm getting too old for this game. But I did this day. And I'm like, I think I see two records, but I couldn't tell what they were. And matter of fact, I think they were actually facing this way. So I had no clue what they were. But I'm like, hey, let me see what those are, please, real quick. And then I got very happy because I knew both bands.
Good for you. That's the way to do it.
All right, now it is time for You Have Got to Be Shipping Me, where Debbie and I will give you tips and tricks and tell you what to do and what not to do when it comes to shipping. And I'm going to hop over real quick. Hi, guys. I'm going to hop over real quick and answer a question from the chat since Kim sent it over to me. Okay. How can someone figure out if a CD or record is decent without scanning everyone in the store? If you do not have my brain, the only way to do it is scan everyone in the store. That's it. Like when I started shopping in sports coats, I knew nothing about them. The only way to figure out what to buy was to sit there with my iPad and look up every single brand. And that's the only way you learn, because the more you do that, the more you learn, the more you're like, okay, next time I know these suck and these are good, and then I'll scan the rest. And if you keep doing that over and over, there is a point where you'll know more. And I will be doing webinars on it upcoming in the Secret Beach. Okay, so back.
That's the same thing with books. How can you know all the books? I have to scan. I've been scanning and looking at books for years. Now I can go down and go, nope, 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 nope. Penny, penny, penny book. Oh, look at that one right there.
Yep. All right, Deb, you're up for your shipping tip of the week.
Oh, Bill, is it time for the shipping tip right now?
Bill's drunk on Fireball. He jumped ahead.
Ginger ale. Okay, so this is a medium-sized flat rate box. Priority. You know, we can save a lot of money using these, but they're very thin. So what I did was I buy boxes from Uline, and I found a box that fits perfectly inside. It is a 10 by 8 by 5. So I can put that down in there, and then I have a nice sturdy box to ship Tiki Mugs in. And then I also have one for the large flat rate. This, I didn't cut this one down yet because I don't know if I'm going to need it, but this is a 10 by 10 by 10 from Uline. When it goes down in here, you cut it right where you need it to be. There's a little wiggle room for some more padding. That way I have a large flat rate that's more sturdy, and I can ship glass and I don't have to worry about it, because these boxes can get crushed. And they're just, I love 200-pound crushed boxes. So that's why I'm willing to buy them from Uline. I know Jason's laughing at me. I like good boxes.
No, I like it. So Deb, when you cut that half of the box off, what do you do with the top half?
I just fold it down inside. I have a box sizer from Bubbles Fast.
Oh.
You just fold it all down.
All
And
right.
what's nice is you don't really, I mean, I think I go up to 70 pounds or whatever on these. So I don't have to worry about that extra cardboard. And it just makes it even sturdier.
Love it. All right. So here's what not to do. Now, I didn't do it, but this is me. And I didn't catch it right away, but of course I did make sure I did catch it. So I had this big honking book. It's huge. It was thick. I wish I had a better picture how thick it was. But I'm looking around my house for the perfect box, and I find the perfect box. But the perfect box was the box my iPad got shipped in. So my tip is, when you have the box that says, oh, danger, batteries and such, and you're shipping a book, make sure that you get rid of those stickers. Now, these stickers are so stuck on because they don't want to fall off that there's a battery that could cause a fire inside of it. They need it to stay permanent. So those stickers stick really well. So I took a black marker, blacked it out, then eBay taped it.
Good.
So make sure that no one notices, because of course now I'm shipping a book. It doesn't really matter. It is not the could catch on fire battery anymore. And on the other side, the big caution stickers. Oh no, don't, be careful. This could catch on fire. Make sure that we all recycle boxes, and you should. Yeah. Make sure that if you have a box that had like something living in it, or food, or dangerous, and you're just shipping a book, make sure you get rid of all those things. Don't forget, because your stuff will get held up for sure.
I have to share a story. Gosh, years ago. It didn't happen to me. It was in a book group I was in. Somebody shipped boxes books in a box that said must be frozen. So the recipient was wondering where the heck her boxes were. The post office put it in the freezer because it said freezer, and they didn't cross it out. So if you have a box that says must be frozen, make sure you cross that out. And also boxes that say alcohol, like if you go to the liquor store and you cannot ship alcohol either. So you need to cross all of those out too.
Yep. Absolutely. All right. Now it is time for our eBay tips of the week. Little tips and tricks to help you on your eBay game. Oh, sorry. I forgot you had a picture. Okay, there you go.
Oh, okay. When you are taking pictures of a lot of things, this is a set of college football books that we picked up at a thrift store. We got 22 of them. When you're taking pictures of a whole lot of things that are similar, see how I put a picture of our remote control in between? So when I'm on my phone and I have these tiny little thumbnail pictures that I'm picking to put in the listing, I can see that between that remote and the next one, that's all one. That's one listing. So I know I can just click, click, click. Otherwise, I might get the wrong book for that listing. So I do this whenever I also did a whole bunch of Danbury mint cars I sold on consignment for a lady. So I did that too. So I didn't get all those pictures running together and trying to figure out which picture goes with what. So it makes it really easy.
And I have my assistant do that when we're taking pictures of something that we might have two closely identical. I don't have her go so far as to grabbing the remote, but I have her take a picture of her finger doing this, then the first set, and then her hand doing this, and then the second set. So yes, when you sit down to edit, you know exactly where the break is. So that's a good tip. We have never shared that tip, but that is an excellent tip. Something I've always done. Always.
Nice. Yep.
All right. So I did have another tip, and then Debbie and I were talking about things. So this is way more important. So my tip I had you'll be seen next week. But guess what goes on sale tomorrow? Say it with me. Tickets for Lollapalooza. No.
What do we call it?
Tickets for eBay Open. Now look. This was the gang last year. There we are in our matching shirts. And I expect it to be bigger this year. We will get some shirts up very soon. We'll get them designed. But if history is any indicator, the website that will be live tomorrow, because tomorrow is the day they go live. The last 2 years, it's been www.ebayopen2016.com and ebayopen2017.com. And if you go right now to www.ebayopen2018.com, it redirects to the eBay main page. So we are guessing from an educated standpoint, tomorrow, that is the website you need to be at, and you want to get your tickets, because I'll tell you right now, the audience, the sellout audience is only a few thousand of this event. And here's our gang from last year, and not everyone bought shirts, and we had a pretty big portion. And I know this year, the thrifting board is so huge. There's so many people. Our gang's going to be even bigger. And so we're going to take up a good portion of those tickets. So do not hesitate. Do not wait. They were at MGM last year. I know they're changing the venue. They'll probably announce that tomorrow. And I don't know if they're going to announce the speakers or the entertainment tomorrow, but trust us when we tell you, you do not want to miss this. I'll tell you that. I bet you there's 4 people at this end that'll tell you that.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Oh, yeah. Are you guys going to eBay Open?
I see the chat talking about it. And if you're hanging around me, I throw parties for everybody. I throw a specific party for the Secret Beach where we rent out a bar. We get a whole pig roasted. We have a band. So there is parties that start with the Ass Juice party and end with the Secret Beach Bash. So there's parties all week long besides the ones that eBay throws. So it is an incredible week of learning, fun, parties, networking, meeting all your friends that you've known online. So please don't hesitate. Get signed up tomorrow. You do not want to miss this. It's going to be epic.
And food. They feed us so much.
Oh, I had a life-changing afternoon treat last year. I had like 6 events I was doing for eBay, and I was running between one to the other. They just brought out afternoon snacks, and there were these round things that looked yummy, and I grabbed like 2, and I'm hustling, and I popped one in my mouth, and in the middle of chewing, I just stopped, and I thought, what is this heaven in my mouth right now? And I got to where I was going, ate the second one, and I said, hey, anyone else have that snack? And someone, yeah. I go, what did we just eat? They're like, oh, they're deep fried Oreos. I am not a huge Oreo fan. I've never had deep fried Oreos, and they were magical. Magical. They were worth the $250 right there.
Yes. Yes.
Did you guys have the deep fried Oreos?
Did any of you guys have them?
This year will be our first year.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, you guys weren't there, so you missed
They're
all. You missed deep fried. Hopefully, it's deep fried butter this year. That'd be more fun. But for those of you who have not been 2 years in a row now, they've rented out the Brooklyn Bowl. The Brooklyn Bowl is the coolest concert venue in all of Vegas. It is 2 levels of bowling lanes, concert venue, restaurant, bars, and they rent out the whole place. They throw us a major concert. 2 years ago was the Fray. Last year was the Bare Naked Ladies. And then there's open bar and food, and you can get caricatures and hats made, and you can play poker against a pro and take these fun videos. So it's a hell of a party. But you have access to hundreds of eBay employees, all kinds of different learning, different speeches from eBay, from sellers like myself, like Lynn. And so it's an amazing event. It's in my hometown. You got to come here. You got to come.
Yeah, it's over the top. And I have a little saying, ain't no party like an eBay party, because an eBay party don't stop. And don't arrive the day of and leave the day it ends. You have to stay like for the whole week.
Oh, yeah.
because
Plus on the Monday before, tickets will go on sale soon. I throw a thrift class on steroids. I did it last year. Everyone's dying for it again this year. It's a two-parter. We do classroom setting for a couple hours where there's like 5 of us that give speeches. So I had like me talk and Teresa talk, and we had a couple of the other admins talk and Bridget. And then we add 5 or 6 more instructors and we go off into the thrift store. And this thrift store also has bins. And so we have like 50 or 60 people. And we're going to do that again this year. So that'll be on the Monday before. And when tickets sell out, which they did quickly last year, they sell out, but it's going to be epic. Epic, epic, epic. So stay tuned in the thrifting board for all the details of the parties, the thrift class, all the events. You don't want to miss out on anything. And yes, you will need a vacation after this week.
Yes. That's
all right. So our last segment before we get Lynn in here, I forget what the sound effect is. So we'll do this one.
I like that one.
Time to thrift outside your comfort zone. You can be good if you know your niche, but you can be better if you know everything else. So Debbie and I are going to share a couple things that we have thrifted outside our comfort zone recently, thanks to things we've learned in both the thrifting board and the Secret Beach. Go ahead, Debbie.
Okay. We were at a thrift store. I don't know if you guys can see. Can you see that? Oh, there we go. Those are new from Toys R Us baby shoes, and they were all in a tote. So I got smart and I took it up to the counter because this thrift store is closing. And I said, how much for everything? He said, $10. And so then I thought, I'm going to lot them by size and just put them bundle like 5 pairs or whatever and see what happens. But they're just adorable. I don't have any grandbabies that small, so I don't need those. And I think somebody is bringing in a surprise for me. I blew it when we were at that thrift store. They had water skis, and because Smart Post isn't doing their thing anymore, I didn't get them. And then Bill somehow today went out and found some water skis.
Yay!
We got them. So Peggy, I need help, please. That's definitely out of my comfort zone.
Well done.
Yeah. Then I went out to the car to look for something there in the car, and I told Bill, is there something you want to tell me about?
Well done. All right. So recently, like 2 months ago in the Secret Beach, every month I give a webinar on the Secret Beach, and then we have a guest expert. And my good friend Summer is like the Mac Daddy of Pyrex. So what I am to Tiki, she is to Pyrex. And so I was thrifting and I ran into some Pyrex and I put out an emergency because I mean, even though she taught a webinar, there's so much to learn still that I'm like, oh my God, is this any good? And so as you can see by the base is just shot to hell. It is just scratched beyond belief.
Wow.
But she said, yes, for the price, the lid is worth it. So someone who has lost this lid will need it, and I will make some money. And like I tell you to break crappy Tiki Mugs, I'm going to make a video. There's a dry riverbed behind my house. I'm going to go out back with some safety goggles, safety first, and a golf club and do a slow-mo video of this disintegrating by my swing or a bat or something. So this will be a 2-parter. I will have fun with this, and I will make money on the lid.
Now, wait. Are you going to put a casserole in it first?
That'd be even funnier. That would be even funnier. But that's outside my comfort zone. Luckily, in my Rolodex, I have a Pyrex expert. Like, you know, look, all of you who are watching, I'm in your Rolodex for Tiki. Make sure you save me on Facebook, and I'll be more than happy to help you anywhere. So I got my Pyrex expert, and she said, yes, the lid is worth it. I will show you how to sell it and then destroy the base. And I'm like, ooh, I'll have fun doing that.
How much does she think it might be worth?
I didn't ask her at the time.
Okay.
So, you know, it was just get it. Get it. We'll deal with it later.
That's all you needed to hear. Grab it.
Okay. And the last thing before we get Lynn back in here, I am heading to Dallas, Texas tomorrow.
Yeehaw!
Yeehaw! And we got 1 spot left on the Monday class and 2 spots left on the Saturday class. So if you're in the Dallas-Fort Worth area or you have a friend, the Saturday class is my classroom setting type class. 4.5 hours. I'm teaching you everything, soup to nuts, A to Z, what to look for in the thrift store, how to take quality pictures, how to make a quality listing, and more importantly, how to ship. And there is, see that tub full of stuff? That's all the crap I'm dragging to Dallas to teach you guys everything about shipping that you need to know. And then because it's Dallas, I got 2 guest speakers, which I don't normally have in my classes. I got Texas Gal Treasures herself, Margaret Collier, talking to us about jewelry. And Stephanie Inge, who has the biggest eBay meetup group in the country, eBabes and Emails in Dallas. She's going to talk about women's shoes.
Nice.
So come on up. Come on up and register. If you need any other info, go to www.classwithjason.com. It is this Saturday and this Monday. You can take either class, or for a discounted rate, you can take both classes. 1 spot left on Monday, 2 or 3 spots left on Saturday. Do not hesitate. I want to answer one quick question because it's a very important question. Tina says, my daughter might go with me to eBay Open. Can I register for her, or does she need to do it? Every person who registers for eBay Open needs their own email. So when my daddy registers, I have to go help my mommy figure out a new email. So yes, you need your own email to register. You can't do like quantity of 2. You each have to have your own email. So that's what you need to know. All right.
Now, can they be under the same eBay user ID?
I would assume.
I think Bill was under mine last year.
I would assume. All right. So let's get our guest artwork up here, and then we'll get our guest in here, shall we?
Yeah, I'm so excited for Lynn.
There we go. All right.
Welcome.
Hey, it's time for Lynn Dralle, the queen of auctions, live from her store in Ventura. And Lynn, it's so nice that you have a Thrifty business piece of artwork hanging up in your store. That's so nice of you.
That's so nice. And I sold that artwork.
You sold it already?
Uh-huh.
You sold the Thrifty business painting already? What in the heck?
About $45 for it.
Nice. I love it.
Yeah.
Well,
All right.
Nobody
So
else came back to buy it on.
nice. All right. So I'm going to give you a quick history of me and Lynn, and Debbie's going to give you a quick history. So Lynn, I met in Chicago at eBay Live, whatever they called it back then. I think it was eBay Live.
Yep.
This will shock a lot of you, but when I'm in new places, big places where I'm not with any of my friends, I'm very shy. I know that shocks a lot of you, but the only person I talked to the entire event at eBay in Chicago, which was like 10,000 people, is this woman right here, Lynn Dralle. It's the only person I talked to the entire event. We met that day, and then we met like a year later, and she's like, "You're the Tiki guy." And so she remembered me, and her speech kind of moved me because she talked about her grandmother's antique store. And although my grandmother didn't own an antique store, my grandmother started taking me antiquing when I was 6. So we kind of have the same kind of, like, you know, our grandmas loved antiquing. And I found a kinship with Lynn, and then we became friends. We've been friends for a long, long time now. And so Lynn and I have been hanging out for a long time. So that's how I met Lynn. And Debbie, how'd you meet Lynn?
Well, I'm trying to think. It must have been just on the internet somehow. I've been reading her e-zines forever. I've watched her kids grow up. And I was, she spoke at eBay Radio Party, and I joined her Queen's Court that month so I could go thrifting with her and all the members when we were in Vegas at eBay Radio Party. And I have learned so much, and I own a lot of her courses. She has flatware and different courses, and then her books. I forget what they're called. What's the name of your books? Where it's
100 best things on eBay.
Yeah, I have like 4 of them, and I just adore.
That's all I wrote, Debbie. So good job.
Debbie threw up a nice softball to you there. That was nice. What are those?
I know.
Yes, I'm just so excited because Lynn is like my number one mentor, I guess. I mean, she's the one I started learning from the very beginning, and interesting and a lot. I used to live up in Washington State. I remember my cousin telling me the story about this lady whose grandma owned an antique store, and so she was selling her stuff. I'm like, whoa, that's cool. Well, then later on, I meet Lynn, and I figured out it's you. And then I have your was it Good Housekeeping magazine article? They did an article on you, and I have a copy of that.
That was a long time ago, like 2005.
I went to
oh my gosh.
I've got that too. So yeah, I'm one of your biggest fans.
Oh, you're so sweet. I love you. I love you too, Jason.
Oh, thanks. It's all big love here. Now, Lynn's been on twice before, and she was on like as a regular guest, and then I was in Palm Springs, my wife Stacy, and so we decided to do a live show from her warehouse at the time. And Lynn, you decided, my kids have flown the coop. They've gotten older, empty nest. What do you do when there's an empty nest? You open a brick and mortar in 2018. Are you insane?
Bring it on.
Geez, so you left the Palm Desert, Palm Springs area, and you headed to Ventura.
I did, and that was a good move. Wouldn't you agree?
Oh yeah, because I'll be in that area more than I'm in Palm Springs, so I can see you more. We can hang out more.
Absolutely, absolutely. And you know what? The store has surpassed my cash flows. We are way ahead of Target. We've sold so much stuff. It's crazy.
That's awesome.
So when did the store officially open? So today is March 21st.
Okay. We officially opened March 1st, which would have been my dad's 84th birthday. And Jason, you met my dad. My dad has been to your house, and you know, he passed away last year. So I hustled to make that date and to open on his birthday. We made it happen.
That's awesome.
Now, were you actually ready, or were you like still laying flooring?
You know, we were only here till like 8 p.m. the night before, and the store wasn't as full as it is now, but it looked great. Everybody said you can't do it, you can't do it. Well, we did it. No kidding. And we had a great first day. I think we sold like 1,500.
That's awesome.
And had you done advertising, or did you just open the doors on the first day?
You know, I had done some advertising in the Ventura store, but the Queen's Court all got together and they put an ad in the Ventura Breeze saying, Lynn, congratulations. They brought it into me like the day before. I was totally crying. I mean, I just kept crying the whole week. My high school friends, who I haven't seen one of them 10 years, flew down for the grand opening and walked through the front door and surprised me. Kathy Rattown and Joe Dallas. I was like, what the hell? And they were here. They had planned to come, and I go, where are you staying? And they go, with you.
That's fabulous.
It was, and oh my God, I got so many flowers. My stepmom and my stepsister sent a huge bouquet. So we still have flowers left all over the store. It was such an amazing experience. I would do it all over again.
Wow, that's awesome. You might be. Maybe you'll open another one somewhere.
I don't know about that. I'm pretty happy in Ventura. I love it here. And Houston and Indy have come home like 3 weekends, which is crazy. I get to see my kids.
Well, yeah. How close are they now compared to? So how long did it take them to get from school to Palm Springs?
Okay, well, if you leave Malibu at the wrong time, it can take you 5 to 7 hours to get to Palm Springs. And me, I can be in Malibu in about 35 minutes.
There you go.
That's
yep.
So was that part of the decision, or was it just the right town to put this kind of store in?
Both, Jason. I dropped off Indiana at Pepperdine her freshman year, which was this past September. My mom and I, actually August, we drove up the coast, saw Main Street in Ventura, and I'm like, I'm moving there and opening a store on that street. Because Main Street, as you can see behind me, cars just fly by.
Oh, yeah.
And, I mean, it's crazy because we get so many people that drive by, see it, break, and come in.
Oh, that's awesome.
It's the best location I think ever I could have picked.
I'm so happy for you. Is this your first brick and mortar, or have you ever owned one before this besides your grandma's?
No, I ran my grandma's, and, you know, that was good, real good training. And then, you know, I was a buyer from 8 department stores.
Yep.
So I've always done retail. So when we closed my grandma's store, I knew I wanted to eventually go back to having a store. But, you know, I sold on eBay 16 years to raise my kids.
Good for you.
And I've actually been selling on eBay 20 years because I'm still doing it. And I'm not giving up that 100,000 a year, you know? It's good money.
Hear that, everybody? She said 100,000 a year. Woo! Our hero.
I love it. I haven't been able to list as much, but I listed a bunch of trade bead necklaces, and they're selling. My phone's going off. I keep looking down because I keep getting more bids. I mean, eBay's fantastic. And I don't know did you guys hear about the eBay Always Open pilot thing they're doing for brick and mortar store? I got chosen.
Hey! So for those who don't know, tell us what that is.
That's awesome.
Oh yeah. eBay is going to partner with some brick and mortar stores and do co-branding, put signs in your window that says Lynn's is always open on eBay, and it'll have my user ID and everything. And so I'm really excited to be chosen for that.
That is fantastic.
And I swear, isn't it, Debbie? And I said to Griff, I go, you did this just for me, didn't you?
You didn't know that when you opened your store. You didn't have that advantage. And now you've got this extra advantage. That's awesome.
It's really good. And we had been talking, we're going to put a computer in the store so people can search my eBay store, and I'll bring stuff out from the back.
Oh my
Nice.
gosh, I want one. Bill, let's get a brick and mortar.
Oh no! Slow down, Debbie. Slow down. Bill, I'll ring her in. Bill, I'll ring her in.
Lynn, where do you get your items for your store? Are you still thrifty?
People just bring them in. Well, I do go out on Saturday mornings. There's only garage sales in Ventura on Saturday mornings. So I go out Saturday mornings and I bought a bunch of stuff for the store. I've already sold 1,500 of my own stuff out of the store, which is crazy.
That's fabulous.
I know. I bought some beautiful couches for the front window, paid $200 each, sold them for $600 each.
Cha-ching. No shipping.
Totally awesome. And you know, before my dad passed away, he looked at me and he goes, I'm so tired of you working so hard to sell a $10 spoon or whatever. And he really wanted me to do something bigger ticket. So now I've got the bigger ticket. I've still got the eBay going, and eBay's still jamming.
There's
And
someone
it's kinda-
eyeballing your stuff back there at the door. They're checking it out hard.
Oh yeah, I get to the store in the morning and there's like face prints.
Oh. Are you open? All right,
No,
so
seriously. Yeah. Okay.
so you decided to
If I'm in here,
now did you buy that house or you
No.
rent that house you're in?
I'm renting. I'm going to buy eventually, but I want to make sure I like what area I'm in.
Perfect. So you know that was a heck of a move. Like you moved your house and you opened a business all in the same, same time
Listen,
period. That's crazy.
I did 3 weekends of moving. First weekend was my house, like all the furniture and everything. So we came out on a Saturday night. They unloaded Sunday, and I went back to the desert the next day, kept my eBay business going. Next weekend was the eBay business, brought all the eBay stuff here, unpacked it, kept the store open. Third weekend, everything that was left and stuff for my store. It was insane.
That's
I
great.
can't even believe I'm not like exhausted. Well, I am exhausted, but I'm running on a dry.
That's good. That's
And you saw my house. My house. I haven't had time to unpack.
Oh, I know. Your house threw up. I saw it.
So we did our first weekend move on January 15th. Actually, January 22nd. I haven't lived in Ventura full time for more than 5 weeks, which is crazy. And we opened the store.
you are awesome. I was gonna say you're crazy, but I'm awesome.
I am crazy.
So how did you decide? I mean, did you have to do a lot of research? They do all that demographics and all that kind of stuff.
I did 2 years of research. I've been wanting to open a store like this for 2 years. And I was going to do it in the desert. But Jason, as you know, there's like 30 successful consignment stores in the desert, all furniture. So the rents there were like $8,000 to $15,000 a month. So this was, and I was going to open this in Bellingham, Washington. And then my dad passed away, and all these reasons were pointing not to go back to Washington. And the square footage in Washington was $1.50 a square foot. Here I'm paying about $1, which is crazy to be on Main Street in Ventura for $1 a square foot.
Oh,
Yeah, cheaper than
I would have never have guessed that.
me either.
I know, right?
That's awesome. And you
It's
also,
amazing.
I wonder if you're going to have movie houses and prop studios coming to look at your stuff too, because we sell to them.
Hope.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really hope so. But the love that Ventura has shown us has been amazing. Like I put out the word, on Craigslist, and Nextdoor, you guys, is the best app. So, or whatever, it's a website. I put it out with the word, help us get ready for our opening March 1st. Trucks just kept pulling up to the back, kept pulling up, unloading really nice stuff. And they filled it up.
So
Such love from this community. I'm so happy I live here.
and I just checked while you were talking, you are exactly 1.1 miles from the Tiki Bar.
Oh,
So I did not send any flowers or any of that frilly stuff, but when I get back there, which will be relatively soon, because I'm going to pick up another load of records for my customer in Camarillo. After you close up shop one night, we're going to dinner and drinks at the Tiki Bar for sure.
Yeah, we are.
And
I've driven past it. It's always happening.
Well, I'll tell you, when they first opened, we went there, and it was BS. They made the mistake of actually writing recipes on their menu. Like they're saying, okay, in this drink is these specific rums. And then if you weren't tall enough, you would never know, and you didn't have good taste buds. But I could see they were pulling way less rums than the rums that they had called off. So someone new took it over and they actually are pouring the rums that they're saying. So it's really good now. And we had a great time there. So we'll definitely next time I'm in town, we're definitely going. And Rich and Nyla, Ecom Chicago, said, please tell Lynn we love her. She's awesome. They're in the chat right now. So, hi, guys.
I love those guys. They're the best. So are you guys.
Now, what are you going to do, Lynn, when you want to go to like Ecom Chicago or eBay Open? Do you have someone who's going to run the store for you?
I've got 2 employees already, which is crazy. Actually, I have 3 because I have a high school kid too that does all my shipping. And my neighbor across the street, when I moved in, she put out the word to all her friends. I got this high school kid that's amazing, does all that shipping, comes every day. I've got 2 older ladies that are helping me, and I'm gonna feel comfortable enough to leave the store with them. I've trained them how to price, and it's just been incredible. I thought I could do this all by myself, like be just one person in here. We've been so slammed. I can't even with a second person here, I can't even go back to my desk and list. It's that busy.
That's exciting. Tiring.
But, you know, in modern age, you can FaceTime with your employees. So if there's an issue or they got to ask something, it's not like, hey, you know that blue thing in the back corner of the, you know, no, you can just see it. I mean, that's what I love. When I'm leaving for Dallas tomorrow and my assistant needs me tomorrow or Friday or Monday, I can see her. And she can show me whatever thing she's wanting to talk about, and I can go, no, it's in that corner. It's, you know, so that's what's awesome about this day and age, and having to leave your business.
Yeah, it's a great point. And you know, also, you guys, the movement in retail and brick and mortar lately is shop local. I don't know if you know that, but so shop local is really playing into Ventura. Ventura is just such a great place to shop local.
That's awesome. Now, how close are you to the beach? I love the beach.
Really close. I think I'm like 2 miles away. I've only been down there twice.
Oh my gosh, I'm going to come see you. Can I stay with you in your store? I'll work for you in your store so I can go play at the beach.
Come and work in my store so you can stay at my house. I have a bedroom for Houston and a bedroom for Indiana.
Perfect. So awesome.
Yes, you are welcome to come visit.
All right, let's look at some of your scores, because you got some kick-ass scores, and they're all kinds of different stuff that we ever talk about. So let's do that right now. So if you click on the window where you see eBay, you'll be able to see which one I'm showing. And first up, we have this vanity light lamp.
And I was going to put that, it was in my grandma's antique store, and I was going to put it in the store, but I never would have gotten, you guys know I price really super high and I take best offers. I took a best offer of $125 for this. I never sold it for that in my store, I don't think. But who knows?
That's all. That's beautiful.
And did
Isn't
it
that
work?
Beautiful? I don't even care. I said it needs rewiring.
There you go. See, they didn't like, screw it. Just needs rewiring.
Yeah.
We'll do those last. All right. So you got this little framed lithograph here.
Yeah, no, this is awesome. This is, I think it's in the picture that you showed for our segment. It's on the wall in that blue room that we did.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I had this priced right under the lid. I had it priced at $125 in the store. I got a best offer of $200 on eBay.
Wow.
Now, was that your piece? Was that a consignment piece?
That's my piece. But, you know, I figured I put all my artwork on the wall. Anything that's larger, I'll put out on the floor. And I got more for it on eBay. So it's crazy.
Wow. That's fabulous.
I know. I love that it's in the graphic you used, Jason.
I know. It's so cool. All right. Little tiny
Really
little purple pot.
And no signature, nothing. I think I took a best offer of $100 on it, but see, I priced it at $300, so somebody thinks it's really good.
That's awesome.
And you wrote "help" on the title.
I always do. If I don't know what something is, I write "help" and a bunch of question marks. And sometimes they help you.
That's awesome. I love the color.
And then you're known for selling your flatware.
I sold over $500 worth of this flatware to one lady, and she only got like 12 pieces of it. It's Christophe French, super expensive. I paid $2,000 for the set, but got over $500 for like, I think maybe 10 pieces. And she goes, if I wasn't putting my kid through college, I would buy more. And I'm like, how can you even buy $500 worth of flatware when you're putting your kid through college? That's crazy. Anyway.
Wow.
Okay. This is awesome. My brother cleaned out all his Disney memorabilia and just dumped it on me. Totally. And I was paying him half of it. I'm not doing it anymore. It's too much work to sell for other people, isn't it?
Oh yeah, I don't like it at all.
I don't like it either. So I took a best offer of $75 and I'm keeping the money. Sorry, Lee. By the way, you guys, my brother's working in Presidio. He is working for Lucasfilms.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so he's living and working in Presidio, and oh my gosh, it's so expensive.
Oh yeah. Hello.
Jason, I know that you're gonna love this one. This is so cute. It's like, please remove your flip-flops. Mahalo. Did I say that wrong?
Mahalo. But here's what so how much did this sell for, Lynn?
100.
So these aren't called flip-flops in Hawaii, they're called slippas.
I should have put slippa in the title.
It's SLIPPAS. Slippas. That's what they're called in Hawaii. So you've got 100, which shocks me because this is like a dorky little touristy piece.
Yeah.
And you didn't even have the correct Hawaiian term in there, really. Please remove your slippas at the door.
That slippa. That sounds like something that Griff would say, slippas.
Yeah. But there you go. There's a little bonus tip for everybody tonight. Flip-flops and sandals in Hawaii are called slippas.
You know, I didn't know that. And it's so funny because I didn't know it was a cheap piece. I thought it was awesome.
Oh, it is. But yeah. And so again, when you find Hawaiian tiki stuff, you got to come to me first. Because if I don't need it, I'll tell you the right terms too.
See that guy that just tried to come through the door?
Oh no. Let's see. Where is he? Hey, you're on TV. You're on YouTube right now.
Oh my God.
Hi, mister. Hey, come back tomorrow morning when she's open. There you go.
Oh, that's too funny.
I'm not letting in any random people by myself tonight.
Yeah, no kidding. Well, hey, you're live, so we could, if he starts stealing stuff, we could see. Yeah. All right, so here's your big dog one.
My big dog one. This belonged to my grandmother, so I priced it $1,500. She brought it back from Europe, sold it for $500. Best offer, went to South Korea.
That's what's
so
great.
like Jason. I know, like Jason and Debbie were saying earlier, you guys, you got to ship internationally.
Yes, that's beautiful.
Got to do it. And you guys, I loved your tips on the shipping, and you had some really great tips tonight.
Oh, thanks.
Thank you.
Oh, did those necklaces end already?
Well, so, yeah, some of the necklaces ended, but look at that Pot de Bear. Okay, go down a little bit. Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, I sold a lot of those trade beads for $50 a strand, and they came from my grandma. My grandma used to have the African traders come in, so these big men. And they were black. They scared the crap out of me because I'm in Bellingham, Washington. They would come in with these huge sacks of trade beads. And I would watch her. She would buy every string they brought in and pay them cash. And it was like, as a little kid, I'm watching this going, what are you going to ever do with all those? And my dad had a huge box of them he was always going to give me. And when he passed away, my stepmom, she gave them all to me. And I get between $50 and $100 a string for them.
Wow.
I see it. Look at that.
That's awesome.
I know, right? Oh, I bet you love that one piece thing.
Come on, you're selling a Coley Hell bottles. Hello, how about telling your friend when you got little Hawaiian tiki things? Come on now.
You don't want those. They were chipped.
So?
You do not want those.
Trust me, I got a lot of chipped things around my house.
Okay, you got to go back to that. You got to go back to that one French piece of glass because I got to tell that story.
All right,
that one right there. The Pot de Bear.
Right.
This lady had all this furniture, and she was originally from Washington, so I agreed to pay to pick it up. And I ended up costing me $220 to get a bunch of crap furniture. I'll never do that again. And she felt so bad. She brought this in and gave it to me. And I said, no, I'll sell it and we'll split it. But I said, I'm taking the $220 out of whatever we get. I turned it over. It was signed Dom Nancy, which is a region in France where great art glass comes from. It's got a ton of watchers. It's up to $300. And this lady, her furniture was so bad. I would never imagine that this would be so good. Isn't it beautiful?
Oh, heck yeah.
Awesome.
Really beautiful. And it's so stuff's walking through the front door, just like it did at my grandma's store. And one of my favorite consigners, his name's Adolio, and he's just darling. He came in today with a cup and saucer. And I go, I want to just buy that outright to sell on eBay. And he goes, how much are you going to pay? I go, you name the price first, because my grandma taught me, whoever names the first price loses. So I would have paid him $5. He asked for $1. Ha! Gave him $1.
Good for you.
Yeah, so I'm buying stuff to sell on eBay. I'm trying to buy a lot of the dinnerware outright to sell. No flatwares come in yet, but yeah, that kind of stuff I'm buying and I'm going to put on eBay.
All right. So when any Tiki Mugs walk through the door, before you do anything, send me pictures.
I will. Do you want the Menahunis?
Yeah. Let me look. I don't think I have those. So let me look when we're done here.
How much of your inventory is consignment?
My inventory right now, I think 85% is consignment, 15% is some of my stuff.
Okay, so all that stuff in the back room is only 15% of what you have, or is
the eBay stuff is all mine.
Okay. So you mean on the floor of the store is
on the floor, 85% is consignment. In the back room, 100% is mine.
That's amazing. I'm so happy to see you so successful so quickly.
You know what? Seriously, the people that are working for me, they look at me and they're like, do you think you made the right decision? And they're being hypothetical because it's so obviously a huge success. And I'm like, yeah, I think I made the right decision. And they're like, we're just kidding.
Yeah.
Because
you have the experience. You grew up in this, so you know. And what's so awesome about you is if down the road you decide it doesn't work, you're going to figure something else out because you're
I might build this up and sell it because this location and this business, I think I've got 3-year lease and I've got an option for 3 more years. So in 6 years, I might sell it. Who knows?
What is the
location?
What's the name of your store?
I'm sorry?
What's it called? Your store? Lynn's what?
Consignments.
Lynn's Consignments. Okay.
And everyone wins when they shop at Lynn's.
Oh, I love that. I remember you posted on Facebook you were looking for store names, and we were all thrown.
Yeah. My 9-year-old nephew, Kai, came up with everyone wins when they shop at Lynn's.
You need T-shirts with that on it.
I really do.
Bumper stickers. You need to put bumper stickers all over Ventura.
You got some more window shoppers back there. Hi, guys. How are you? Good to see you. Nice to see you. Come on back tomorrow morning.
This is why I can't even come over here. I came over here on a Sunday. I'm supposed to be closed on Sundays. I turn the lights on and people are like pounding on the door. It is insane. It's just Ventura. I'm in Midtown. People walk here, even in the rain, and they just keep walking by. It's fun. It's really fun.
Now, that's a good problem to have in 2018. Customers all the time.
Yes.
It is, right? I know, because you're like, she's so crazy. She opened a store in 2018. Well, it's the right store.
Yeah. And you're the right person for it. You know what you're doing.
Oh, absolutely.
I think I do. And, I had talked about this business plan with my friend Vicki Penny, who I know you know, and she opened one in Eagle, Idaho. And she didn't really have any retail experience at all, and hers is a huge success. Huge!
Wow, that is amazing.
No, I'm gonna have to go visit Penny Pasta. See how she's doing.
You do have to go visit Vicky Penny Pasta. I flew up there last September after I decided to get the spot and trained with her for a weekend. It was so fun. Super fun.
Now, do you have a Facebook page for Lynn's Consignments?
Kind of.
No, you don't. You have 2 Lynn Dralle pages. You took one and kind of half-ass made it Lynn's Consignments. I pay attention.
I know you do. And I don't know what I'm doing. And I can't. And Indiana made me an Instagram account for Lynn's Consignments. I can't even log in. Nobody knows the password.
Oh, no.
Not even my daughter.
You do have to use that, though, because I see all my other friends who run antique stores and the like. And yeah, the Instagram really brings people in because people go hunting online on Instagram for pictures of cool stuff. And so, yes, you must find your password because it'll help you. Even though you're doing bunkers already, it'll even draw people from further away. So, you in this day and age, you want to use every advantage, every piece of social media that you can.
And it's free.
It's totally true. I finally got a Yelp business account, so I'm working on that. And then, I don't know. I had a lady come in and buy a coffee table for $400 on Saturday. She came back in today and brought a friend, and she just sent me the most sweet testimonial. Like, she cleaned up the table. It's in her house. It looks beautiful. She's like, I love the vibe in your store. Love it. The store is a fun place to hang out.
Well, this is just early spring. I mean, what was yesterday, the first day of spring, when summertime comes and more tourists. When the tourists.
Was yesterday the first day?
Yep.
Right. I know.
So wait for
it's going to be.
Oh, yeah.
And you guys It's rained almost the whole month of March.
And you still
And
did.
we've done really, really well. I think everyone watching this should consider doing what I did to begin with. eBay in the back, store in the front. It's kind of like
Party in the
back.
front, party in the back, business in the front. Heck yeah.
Show a picture.
Yeah, I really do. I really think you should all consider opening one of these in your hometown because it's a blast. Jason, you would be so great at this.
Oh, he
Oh,
would.
yeah, I've always thought, you know, Jay's Pop Culture Emporium kind of thing.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe someday.
When I was a little girl,
People-
many years ago in Southern California, my grandparents would go to thrift stores and garage sales and buy stuff, bring it home, clean it up, repair it, and resell it in their continuous garage sale. So this was in the early.
Awesome.
So I'm a little girl, I have my little quarter, I'd go buy little perfume bottles or whatever. And then one day and said, we have to shut you down because you can't get a permit. We lived out, there were chicken ranchers all around us. So we were in the country. They would not give her a permit. So it broke their hearts and they had to shut it. But I hate it. My grandma would be eating breakfast and someone would come in the garage and here I'm little 7-year-old. I had to go out and sell to them. But they would be so happy to see that we're selling on eBay now.
All right, Lynn, let me ask you one more question before we call. I mean, we're already over the hour. It's been a great hour, but my good friend Summer says, you said you did research to pick the location. So what were you actually doing? Were you just driving towns? What were you doing to actually pick this location?
Well, Jason, honestly, my research was just going to every single successful one in Palm Springs, putting together a cash flow, putting together how many square footage that each one had, figuring out which locations were the best in Palm Desert. And then I was going to do it in Bellingham, so I was researching spots there. But when I came to Ventura and I saw this street, and this building had been empty for 2 years, this building was perfect because I got 2 roll-up doors in the back, and there's 2 garages in the back that belong to me too, that are going to be clearance eventually. And there's parking. There's no parking. As you know, if you get into downtown Main Street, there's no parking. This was meant to be. My dad totally gave this to me. I really believe it.
I love it. Now, do you take offers in your store like you do on eBay? Do you price it and then people can make offers?
Well, that's a really good question because we have this software that we use, and after 30 days, it marks everything down 20%. So on the price tag, people can see what it's getting marked down to. But it really, really encourages people to buy it before it gets marked down because I could have sold that coffee table that I sold like 5 times. I could have sold that art piece that said Thrifty Business 5 times. So people really miss out. And my grandma always said, the time to buy it is when you see it.
Yes. Oh,
so I use that line a lot.
So true.
Well, that is an awesome show. We got more questions, but we could go all night. But unfortunately, I haven't packed a thing yet for Dallas, and I leave tomorrow. So I got to go start packing because besides clothes and stuff, all those shipping supplies have to get in the suitcase. So, you know, I got a lot of packing to do. Unfortunately, that we couldn't do this all night, but we'll have Lynn back again because I'll definitely be out to Ventura in the near future, probably within a month. And we are definitely going for drinks and dinner after you close up shop one day. We'll have a great time.
Jason, let's do a live show from here. You can do your show from here.
Oh, heck yeah.
With people walking by behind you.
No. We'll have to have the store open. Let's do a live show with like customers. That would be badass.
Yes.
That would be kind of crazy funny.
I totally love that idea. That's super fun. And Debbie, I can't wait to meet your friends when they get here with my dishes.
Oh, yes. Oh, yeah.
We'll see you
Yes,
next.
they're bringing
in a couple days.
Yes, they're taking dishes that I've never sold to Lynn in her store for me.
See how this community works together. That's pretty badass. All right. I'm going to wrap it up there. So, Lynn, thank you very much. I will see you in the very near future. Debbie, congratulations on becoming the producer of the show, and thank you for co-hosting tonight. You did wonderful, my dear.
Thank you.
You did a great job.
Oh, she
Debbie.
did. So smooth. I want to thank our live audience in Debbie's house. It's usually a live audience here, but I don't even have a Tocha tonight. He's downstairs. I'm all by myself. All by myself. All right, everybody. We will be back next week on Thursday. I see my friend Jessica's in the chat. She's going to come and talk about what she does. And she does something way more unique than we've ever talked about. Something totally different about how she flips products. So tune in next week. I'll have a little bit more in the blurb coming up this weekend. But we'll be back on Thursdays, 9 p.m. East Coast, 6 p.m. West Coast. If you're in Dallas and if you want to hit my classes, I got 2 or 3 spots left for Saturday. 1 spot left for Monday, www.classwithjason.com. No selling past your expiration date this week, as I'll be in Dallas screwing around. And we'll see you all next week. So thank you all live. Do me a favor, give us a thumbs up if you like the show. If you didn't like the show, give us a thumbs down twice. Really let us know you didn't like it. And make sure you subscribe to the channel so you know when all my shows are happening. And I do have a lot of them. And with that, I will say good night, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Bye.